Hey, what's up, YouTube? I wanted to bring to you a quick video about the patch notes that just dropped this morning. AGS has finally given us some communication now that they're back from the holidays. Got the patch notes for January's PTR release, which has got some pretty interesting information. Just thought I would drag that over and share it with you guys, let you know what it looks like, because I'm excited about a handful of them. Now, I'm not going to read through all the patch notes. There's just too many, but I do want to go over a handful of them. So let me just go ahead and bring that in. There's quite a handful of things on this patch note, but there's a handful of them that are really important. One is we've all been waiting for the mutators on expeditions. Those are coming in the patch. Quite a bit of information on here, so I encourage you to go read the forum post. Obviously, power creep is coming. We need some more, just some more content on the end game here. So this is going to be pretty awesome for us. You can do these mutators every week, so there's a lot of information about that, including scoring, mutation effects, and other general changes to the expeditions. So worth reading. Just know that this is PTR, subject to change. It could change before it releases, and I think as we go through this list, some of it probably is going to change. At least I hope some of it's going to change, but some of it is freaking awesome, like this one. Fast travel cost. We've been bitching about this forever. And so they've actually written here that they've heard our frustrations with the cost of fast travel, and this release includes an update that, quote, dramatically reduces the distance factor and the amount of AZOTH required for each trip. Accordingly, the faction control point bonus associated with fast travel now reduces the distance factor to 0. 0. That's not 0 AZOTH, it's just the distance factor that multiplies the cost of that fast travel. My gut feeling is this is going to be exactly what happened with property tax. You know, it used to cost about $500 for your property tax. Now it's like 80 to 100 coin for property tax. Probably going to see the same type of slash, 70-80% slash, in his AZOTH cost for fast travel, which is huge. I mean, at the low levels, you get AZOTH so fast that it almost doesn't matter how much you fast travel around. But when you're 60 and you're popping back and forth in PvP quests, factioning, whatever, I mean, you burn AZOTH so fast, it's ridiculous. Now, another big one, I'm going to skip through some of this. There's lots of other notable fixes, which is pretty much just quality of life stuff. Yetis convert from elite boss to elite posts when the winter convergence event ends. They fix some spawn times, some other data. They fixed it where a tree could shoot up into the sky when you harvest or cut it down. You know, just typical stuff. But under the general artificial intelligence or AI fixes, oh my God. This one, the tendrils, this is huge, guys, huge. And I'll show you, there is a place on the map level 60 where, let me just hide all this real fast, but up in, let's see, up here in, I want to say Eden. Actually, I think it's, shoot, I don't remember. Okay, I paused the video to get this right. So it's Reekwater. So over in Reekwater town, just to the southwest of town, there's this Angry Earth encampment, and there's tendrils that sit right here at the entrance, and inside this encampment, and there's a few quests here, especially a couple of faction quests you get out of Reekwater that bring you in here to kill shit, plus all these chests are a great little farming loop. But if I go there alone, I can barely make it through the entrance because the two tendrils that sit on the left and right of the entrance just literally kick my ass, just constantly stagger you and knock you over. So you are literally perma-staggered. They're doing 30-40% of my life per hit. So what they've done is, on those tendrils, which are corrupted or Angry Earth versions, they've reduced the sweep attack damage by 40%, reduced the frequency of this attack, but increased the reaction to knockdown. That's okay. I mean, that used to hit every 3-4 seconds, which perma knocked you down and staggered you. And on top of that, they had their stab and thrash attacks. And on top of that, they had the projectile attacks. So if you tried to run out of range of their sweeps of the tendril, they'd just shoot you with a poison blast or something, and it would knock you and stagger you on that hit. So literally tendrils perma staggered. I mean, you could barely fight them. So this was a reduction in the sweep attack, reduction in the stab attack by 50%, reduction of the thrash attack by 40%, and they reduce the damage of those projectiles by 50%, and most importantly, remove stagger action. That is huge because there were sections that people just freaking ignored it because you couldn't even fight the mobs in there. And for me anyway, it broke a couple quest lines that I just never finished because I couldn't get past the tendrils alone. And there's a couple low-level areas even that you do in the early 20s that have some tendrils in them, and they just kick your ass because you can't stand up and fight them. You're constantly being knocked over and staggered. So this is really good for the game overall. Actually really happy about this one. There's a couple confusing PvP damage formula updates, and I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know if this one's going to survive to live in the way that it's worded here. Number one is they said they've adjusted the way armor mitigation is calculated to use the enemy's gear score value instead of your average gear score value. Really what that means is it's using their armor gear score to determine whether or not your weapon hits them and for how much versus the gear score of your weapon. Now, I mean, it should be a combination of both. We'll see how that plays out, but the next part is the really important one. This one, I don't know if it's going to survive live the way it is. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment below in the video. Let me know what you think, but they said to adjust for this difference, they've increased the amount of damage that lower level players do to higher level players and reduced the damage that higher level players do to lower level players. This could be a good or a bad. I mean, the other day I was playing my new character, level 26. A couple level 47s came and ganked me while I was standing there doing some typing. I'm a smart ass. I don't care. I'll gank you if I find you. But what was interesting to me is I could hardly even touch them. And what this is going to do is it's probably going to balance that out to where my level 26 character could fight a 45, 46, 50, and probably do some serious damage to them and make it more of a balanced fight. I'm not sure that's good, to be honest with you. Why should a level 26 be able to come close to kicking a 50's ass? A level 47, level 50, fighting a 25 is ridiculous. There's no point to it, but I don't care. They should be able to mop me with a couple hits. So I'm not sure that I really like this one. I can see how it would make, you know, maybe there's a couple lower level players out there questing. They want the PvP bonus, so they're always PvP flagged. I personally live PvP flagged 24/7 in the game, but that's just me. I want the thrill and the excitement, and I want the 10% bonus. Will it make it easier for me to survive and or maybe even just run away from the encounter? Maybe, but I feel like it's introducing an unfair balance, right? Somebody who's level 60 who farmed up their gear score, you know, really got themselves up there should be able to wipe my ass. And so I don't want them to feel like their efforts have been for naught. And I think that's some of the recent frustrations with this game is that people have put in hundreds of hours to get the best they could get only to have that reduced in quality or reduced in effectiveness and then feel like they've wasted their time, right? So I'm not too sure about this one. We'll see how it plays out. But again, leave your comments. I'd love to hear it. One of the really interesting issue that's coming up is players can upgrade individual gear pieces now from the max 600 gear score to 625 by spending umbral shards. And you can actually get these in a couple of 3 different ways, right? So we're seeing the power creep come in, right? We're getting our boost from 600 to 625 gear score. I'm sure before, you know, June, July, we'll be up to 650 gear score. And the natural progression of these games is to just continue power creep so that they can introduce harder and harder content that makes up for that power creep. So that's pretty cool. And the expertise system now goes to 25. So we're going to see this on the live server. That's pretty damn cool. And then, of course, that gear scaling with your expertise is awesome. So there's a handful of other general enhancements, quality of life improvements, crafting based, That's pretty cool. Increase the odds of getting a topaz gemsum when killing enemies that are attuned. Some UI, UX stuff coming on. So pretty cool updates. I'm actually glad to see this. This was a pretty beefy update for the PTR patch. Again, subject to change. We'll see how much of this makes it to live. But just thought I'd want to drop you those quick notes of my highlights here on the mutators. The reduction in fast travel costs, which is absolutely huge. The tendril update on the AI for mobs and enemies, freaking awesome. Oh my god, I love it. And then of course the max gear score bump from 600 to 625, super freaking cool. So let me know your thoughts. You can read these on the forum post. Love to hear your ideas of what's good, what's bad. And like and subscribe to the video if you liked it. If not, don't. It's up to you, but I'd appreciate your support as a new channel that's up and coming. And we will see you smart asses in game next time. Take care.